Patagonia, Ben & Jerry's, North Face, they've all stopped advertising. Why? I'm going to tell you in this video, along with all important updates about e-commerce, Facebook ads, and dropshipping. Let's get right into it. But before we do, hold on, you guys. I'm not wearing the right attire for this. 1 second. There we go. That's much better. Now that I got my professional news attire on to tell you guys about the updates, what's going on in the world, here we go. We're going to jump right into the video. That's right, you heard that correctly. Patagonia, North Face, and Ben & Jerry's, along with many other large companies, have stopped running Facebook ads, and they're actually boycotting Facebook ads for the near future. Now, this is going to be a completely unbiased opinion by myself, and I'm just going to present you guys the facts and what's going on and how that is going to affect you guys, in my opinion, if you are running ads, okay? This is in no way going to have any affiliation with my political beliefs. This is purely about what is going on in the world, presenting it to you so you can make informed decisions about your dropshipping business. What do you guys think about that, by the way? Pretty good? So that's right. Patagonia joins a growing list of companies boycotting Facebook ads. Now, they're calling this the Stop Hate for Profit. That is the hashtag that's being used, and it's basically to show support for this movement, and it's planning on pausing advertising for both Facebook and Instagram. Now, Patagonia, Ben & Jerry's, and also North Face are three large brands to join this boycott. What that means for you, number one, is that there's going to be less advertisers out there that are spending money on Facebook and Instagram. Now, it's tough to say if that is going to have a positive or negative effect on ads. In one sense, it could be positive because there's going to be less big brands out there spending money, which means, more opportunity to take up the ad space with your ads. But number two, the potential is that it could be viewed as negatively now if you are running ads on Facebook, and maybe you might see a decrease in performance. Now, I'm in various groups across Facebook, and I've been listening to a lot of people say that their ads have actually been declining over the last couple weeks. Now, with my students and with my stores, I've actually seen an opposite result. I've seen my ads actually increasing. So that could be a quality of the ads, but it's tough to tell because I don't know what other people are doing on their ads. But from my experience, from my students who I've actually talked to, their ads are performing just fine. Really what this comes down to is longevity. I think this is going to have an effect long term if these companies and more companies continue to come out and actually support this movement of boycotting Facebook ads and a bunch of other ads. Now, potentially this could lead to boycotting ads on TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, everywhere else, right? Not just Facebook, Instagram, but obviously Facebook and Instagram, along with Google, are the biggest ad platforms that people are running on, the biggest social media networks. So when it comes down to it, it's all about longevity with this boycott. If it lasts more than, I would say, a month or two, it could have negative effects. But if it's only lasts a couple weeks and then the companies come back and start advertising, then it really won't have too much of an effect. If it does last over 1 or 2 months, then I have a feeling Facebook will start increasing price to run Facebook ads, and your CPMs are going to go up, your cost per 1,000 impressions. The big players in here are going to be running less ads or no ads at all, which means Facebook needs to be able to make their money, and I have a feeling they would jack up their ad prices. That's just my suspicion. That is the first piece of news, but I have a lot more news for you. In fact, I have 4 more pieces of news for you about what is going on in the e-commerce world and how it's going to affect your business today. The second piece is that, as you've probably heard, Walmart has now partnered with Shopify. And you heard that correctly. Watch out, Amazon. There's been mixed opinions out there whether this is a big deal, whether it's not a big deal. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a huge deal because Walmart has such a great infrastructure in terms of shipping. They have a great infrastructure in terms of products, and they have so much data about what's working well, how to set up stores in different areas, as well as really their network is large. And if you pair Shopify's data that they have on customers setting up stores online along with Walmart's brick and mortar, I mean, the online plus the brick and mortar, I think that can mesh so well together. What I see in the future, this is my perspective, is that I see people actually being able to shop in in virtual reality, going to these Walmart stores or Targets or whatever it may be, and shopping online, purchasing online, but they're doing it in a virtual reality setting. That's where I see shopping going, like in the distant future, not anytime soon. But I think this Walmart and Shopify thing is something to look out for. There's not a lot of news on exactly what it's about, but we know that it is a partnership. So I would say, over the next year or so, watch out for this, and I provide updates on current events that are going on in e-commerce every single week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you guys like these videos, please subscribe. The next piece of news is that Facebook has abandoned the mandatory shift to CBO. That's right. Many of you who are, follow the news and know about Facebook ads have heard that this this CBO update has been coming for years. It's been getting pushed back. It's getting pushed back. And now finally Facebook has said, guess what? We're dropping it for good. It's not happening. I think that's a pretty good decision, honestly. Like when it comes to Facebook ads, CBO is something that's great, but I don't think any time you should ever force the marketers to really make their decision on, hey, you have to use this strategy, or you have to use this other strategy, right? It's better to let them figure out what works best and then use that. So another piece of e-commerce news is that Facebook has introduced Facebook shops. Now, what are these? So Facebook, I'll just go ahead and play a video here for you guys that talks about Facebook shops, and it shows exactly what it is, because they'll be able to explain a little bit better than me. Facebook, has always been about connecting you to what you love. So basically, they have introduced Facebook shops that make it way easier for businesses to set up an online shop directly through Facebook and not have to use an external e-commerce platform like Shopify. So it's free. It's actually free and simple to create a Facebook shop as well. Now it brings us to perhaps our most important piece of news that everyone is talking about, and that is coronavirus and how it affects dropshipping, specifically international shipping. Now, it's no surprise here that when you're dropshipping, you're shipping products from China to your US customers. It can be China, the UK, Australia, right? But 90% of the time, your products are being sourced from China, shipped out to other countries. What this means with coronavirus is, number one, as you've been impacted, longer shipping times, and not only longer shipping times, but more expensive shipping. So not only is the shipping slower because there's less flights, but now it's more expensive because the airlines and the shipping companies need to make up for the money that they're losing because there's not as many flights going out, right? So they're trying to make up for it. They're trying to survive. Us as, e-commerce owners and business owners, we're trying to survive as well and give our customers the best price we can possible while also trying to maintain profitability. So it can be very trying times right now, but that's why I'm informing you about what's going on. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about how companies can, manage this coronavirus impact and how you're able to navigate through this in the coming weeks and the next months ahead. According to EasyShip.com, there's been a growing demand for air freight, and rates have actually increased 27%. That's right, 27%. Because they've spiked 27%, if I previously was paying $1 for shipping before coronavirus, now during and after coronavirus, I'll be paying $1.27 for that same shipping. But guess what? Now it's going to be 5 to 10 days slower. Airlines currently reducing the services are going to be American, United, British, Emirates. There's a lot of airlines that you can see on the list here next to the screen that are just absolutely cutting flights, which makes a huge impact in terms of shipping from China. In addition to that, there has been mailing disruptions, which is what you guys are hearing about. That includes the USPS, China Post, which is what majority of orders are being shipped out through, e-packet through China to the US. Dutch Post, Singapore Post, Swiss Post. There's a lot of shipping options out there and mailing options that are now being disrupted like crazy. In addition to this, there's also been route suspensions from couriers that have not been able to ship to their normal routes. They've been flying, DHL, FedEx, UPS. They all have their own airplanes. They all have their own trucks that they use basically to ship packages. And now that's been delayed. They're not able to get into certain areas. They're not able to ship to certain areas, fly to certain areas. So what that leads to is a higher shipping cost as well as reduced capacity, which means you have to pay more just to get your product on those flights and on those trucks out to your customer. And something a lot of people don't talk about is that there are some times where your products can get held in quarantine, or your products can get held up in customs for a lot longer. When the government shut down in certain countries, what that does is the government workers, whether they're working in customs or whether they're working, on boats or wherever they may be, if they're working for the government, when governments shut down and when they are slowed down, it can lead to much longer delays in customs. So you have to watch out for that. Now, it used to be where production in China did take a little bit longer during coronavirus. I've seen that actually pick up now, and it's about to a normal rate from what I've seen with my suppliers that I'm working with. The production in China has got to a better level. But if there is another spread of the coronavirus, you do need to watch out for that, because that could lead to a lot slower shipping times. That's going to be the whole video, because I want you guys to know what's going on with e-commerce, with dropshipping, with Shopify, with Facebook ads, so you are informed and you can make good decisions. And that's why anytime you see this hat with a nice shirt combo and you see me looking professional, I only do this for you guys once a week because I want to make sure you guys get the best possible info. I know this was kind of a funny video, but also very serious because we're talking about the news. Yes, I'm sweating like crazy because it's super hot in here. Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments. And as always, keep your mind right. Peace.